How's it going? This is Mike Capino. Today I thought I would do a tutorial on the iPad since where I work at I seem to be selling a lot of them. So this is going to be basically a video for those who have just bought a brand new iPad or have had a previous one and upgraded their old iPad to a new one. So this is basically going to kind of just cover just some of the basic features. If you have a Pro or if you have the iPad Pro, it's kind of going to be almost the same, a little bit different because I have a mini, so I won't be able to do any of the split screens because I can't do that with the mini. You can only do that with the Air and the 9.7 inches. But as far as basic, I'm kind of going to break that down and just kind of show you some of the features that you can use that makes your iPad experience a little bit more easier to do. And one thing that I seem to be asked a lot about is photos, and what happens if you got a lot of photos on your iPad and you want to get rid of them without um, losing them. I'm going to show you basically a way of doing it, um, and what would happen with that. And then there's other ways also. You can get what's known as a Lightning to SD card reader, which basically means that it just basically it's like charging your iPad or your iPhone, except for at the end it's not a USB. It's like a giant SD card reader, like what you'd have in the back of your computer or Mac, and you would basically upload your SD card files onto your iMac. That's basically what that means. And that's say if you have a camera or something like that, and you want to store those on your iPad without having to worry about going home and doing that. That is one way of doing it. I will have a link to that in my description when I'm done with the tutorial. And if you're going to do that, it will tell you. Depends on how much space you have on your iPad Pro, or not your iPad Pro, on your iPad. Works for pretty much any iPad, at least the Airs, anything that was introduced um, with the Lightning connector, not the 30-pin one, the big long one, but the digital Lightning one. This applies to those iPads and the new one. So I think it's going to be the iPad Air, Air 2, and the new iPads, the iPad Pros, and basically those. So I'll have a link in the description on what that is and how that works, or what it is, and how you can might be able to use that. Again, that really depends on how much storage you have on your iPad. Again, I have mini, so although I do have this SD card to Lightning reader, since I've got a 16 gig, I've already got a bunch of stuff on it, as you can see. So my space is limited unless I delete a few apps in order to utilize it. But I only do it when I'm on vacation. So with that, we're just going to kind of get right into it. Now, as you can see, this is my iPad mini. This is the 4. This is the top. This is the newer version. And as you can see, this is the new notification center. And basically, this is kind of like, if you're familiar with the iPhone, this is basically the same type of a notification system that you would use with your um, iPad. So basically, in order to access that, you basically would just kind of swipe to the left, and depending on what apps you have on there, it will basically kind of give you a heads up of what you have. And if you want to show more or add more, if you want to show less, there'll be a little word description in the corner of the widget. You would basically click on that, and it kind of gives you basically what else you can look at depending on what you have saved on an app, or what widget you have uh, that is on it. By widget, I mean basically what these little things are right here. These are known as widgets. They give you little bits of information, kind of like your iPhone notification, but a little bit more. So if you want to add or take away, what you would do is you scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Edit. You would tap on Edit, and this basically allows you to rearrange your widgets in any form or fashion that you want to do. If you want to add it, if there's widgets for it, it will have it up there, and you basically tap on the plus, and it will add that widget. So basically, say I wanted to take my OneNote and I wanted to move to my left column, I would tap on it. As you can see, there's these little 3 bars right here. You would slide that up to the top, and whichever position you want to stick it. If you want to stick it up at the top, And you would just basically do that, hit done, and as you can see, I have my OneNotes up there. And if I want to get rid of my OneNotes and move it back to the right column, again, I would hit the edit, and then what I would do is I would take it again, tap on the right hand corner where you get the little three bars, slide it all the way down to the right corner, and then I would again hit done, and as you can see, it is back up here again. And if I want to show less to save space so that I'm not congested with a bunch of widgets, you just hit show less. Actually, it's already showing less, sorry about that. If you wanted to show more, then you would basically just show more, especially with your music. Now, if you want to get rid of all your widgets, say you don't want any widgets on your screen, you basically would just hit edit, left column. What you would do is you would tap on the red button, hit remove, done, and as you can see, it is no longer on my left side widget. And you can do this for any widget that you do not wish to have on that, or you are tired of looking at it, or for whatever reason you want to get rid of it. You tap on the little red bar and it will automatically remove it. Now, in order to add again, where it says more widgets, you would tap on the green button where it says plus, obviously. Tap on that. As you can see, it doesn't put it back up on the left screen. It puts it directly on the right column, because that's how Apple has their system working, like that. So if you want to put it back on the left column, again, you would just tap on the little three bars, slide up, stick it in whatever position you want. Once you are done, hit done, and as you can see, batteries should be back on. Whoops, sorry about that. Sometimes it works for some apps, and sometimes it doesn't. Depends on which ones. If it doesn't, then you can basically just see if it'll work on the right hand corner, the right column. Basically stick it there, hit done, and as you can see, that does not seem to work for the iPad. So basically, you would just remove it, and say you want to add, say, mail. Then you tap on the plus square. As you can see, it automatically switches to the right bottom column. Take it, swipe it up to the top left corner column. Again, you're hitting the three little square dots, lines. Hit done, and as you can see, I have mail right down here on the bottom. So that is just one of the features that you can do on an iPad. That's pretty much the standard. Again, it varies depending on the app that you're using and if it's compatible with the iPad. So that is one feature. Now, another one that I seem to get a lot of is, how do I remove photos on my iPad if I don't wish to have them on there anymore? Am I going to lose them? If I delete them, will it be deleted forever? Once you set up an Apple account, when you have what is known as an iCloud account, you're going to have a file known as an iDrive folder. As you can see, what I have here, iCloud Drive. Basically what that is that basically stores any photos that you have, or any documents, or anything that you want to add to your iCloud Drive. And this works with online also, whether you're using a Windows device or a Mac device. You would just basically type in iCloud.com. You can drop and drag photos into that file, and once you're done, it will show you what files you have stored in there, what files you've added. And basically what you would do is, if you got photos and you make a separate photo file, you will see where it says photos. I would just tap on that, and boom, every photo that I've had that I've exported into iCloud will be on here. And that goes for anything. Desktop themes, even GarageBand. If you make sounds and you use GarageBand, you have to keep those audio sounds that you make. You basically would just drop and drag them into your iCloud Drive. There's also a folder that you would have on your hard drive that I will have in a later video, and you can drop and drag to that also, and it automatically syncs with your iCloud account, and you would then have it located right there. And this goes for anything that you add to your iCloud account. Basically, it's what you would have. Now, when you start off with an iCloud account, you get 5 gigs for free, which is not too bad. But if you want to upgrade, then basically what you would have to do is you would have to go into your iCloud account and you would have to add more storage. In order to do that, what you would do is you would go into settings, then you're going to go into, let's see, where's storage? iCloud storage and usage. Total iCloud storage. iCloud, this is what I have, 50 gigs. I pay $1 for this. I don't use my credit card. I use this strictly out of my iTunes account. So basically, you can pay off this per month, $1 per month, with an iTunes card. Get a $15 one, keep it in there. As long as you know what the balance is, know that you're going to take $1 out of it. There you go. Manage storage. Basically, what you would do, as you can see up in the top where it says current usage, what it says is change storage plans. You would tap on that. And as you can see, I'm paying 50 gigs. It's 99 cents a month, $1 a month. Again, you can use an iTunes card. You do not have to use your credit card to pay for this. You can if you want to, but honestly, it's a lot easier just to buy a $15 iTunes card, add it to your account, and then set it and forget it. If you need more than that, again, $2.99, it gives you 200 gigabytes. 2 terabytes gives you $10 a month, gives you 2 terabytes. And then you have options of downgrading. Say you don't need 2 terabytes anymore, you would tap on that. And then what that would do is it's going to ask for my password, which I will and then once it's verified that, I can downgrade to the 5 gig for free if you wish to do that, if you wish to do so. So again, that is how you can add more storage to your iPad. And this works for your iPhone as well. It's all basically the same, but it's all iCloud storage. You can add 50 gigs for $1 using an iTunes card, or you can upgrade to the 200 gig for $2.99. And again, you can use your iTunes card for any one of these number of features. And again, you can downgrade if you want to, if you feel like you don't need that much storage. Now back to the photos. Now there's an option in here for photos. You're going to go to the side, slide down to where it says music, TV, photos, and cameras. You're going to tap on the photos and cameras. As you can see at the very top, it says iCloud Photo Lab. Automatically upload and store your entire iCloud, your entire library in your iCloud to access photos and videos from all your devices. Basically, what that means is, say you take a picture on your iPad, it's automatically uploaded into your iCloud drive in your iCloud photos. As I just showed you where you can go to access that, it'll be available to all your Apple devices. Whether you have an iPhone, whether you have a MacBook, Mac Air, it'll all be accessed right there. Now, if you wish to save space and you want to get rid of that, what you would do is where it's highlighted in the green, you would tap on that, and it'll say turning off. And then what it will do once it's done with that is it will give up a screen saying, do you wish to delete all these photos off your iPad? You say yes. It'll still tell you that you still have access to your folder or your photos via iCloud. So just because you turn this off does not mean that it will and delete all your photos off your iPad. It does not mean that you lose all your photos. It just means that you no longer have photos on the device that you currently no longer need to use. So say you have an iPhone with 32 gigs of storage and half of that is used to your photos. You can turn off your iCloud photo library, and what will happen is it will automatically turn it off and delete whatever you have on your Apple device on that phone only. It will not delete it and get rid of them altogether forever. It just means that you will no longer have the photos on your iDevice. You can still access them through your iCloud device, your iCloud drive, on any of your other devices that you have that are connected to your iTunes account. Now keep in mind that if you want to access this again, you would have to go back into your iCloud account under where it's, or not iCloud account, but under your settings where it says photos and cameras, turn it back on. And what happens is when it turns it back on, it's going to upload all your photos that you currently didn't have on it onto it. So that's one way of saving space depending on what size of hard drive or flash or whatever you have as far as device size for your Apple devices. So that is one question that I usually tend to get a lot of from people. You can do that. You'll be fine. There'll be absolutely nothing wrong with your photos. They'll still be in iCloud. You can access them anytime from any other iDevice other than the device that you currently turned it off on. And another feature that's kind of nice is called Split. You can't do it on the you can't do it on the iPad on my mini, but basically you would be able to split screen from left to right, and it gives you like two separate screens, from left to right. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to do productivity wise between whatever app you're using. Say you're using OneNote or you're using Pages, and it allows you to switch back and forth between the two. If you don't have an iPad and you're using a mini, then you can't take advantage of it because it only works on the 9.7 inch and not the 7.9. And that is one feature. And then you have other features such as Control Center, which iOS 11 will change. To access that, you would just basically swipe from the bottom screen up, and as you can see, it gives you three distinct, depending on what it is that you have. If you have any Apple home kits, then you have all your accessories right here, and basically you can access it all from there. If you have music playing, then you can access it from here, depending on what media devices you're using. And then you just have your normal controls, such as your AirDrop, your timer, your camera, night shift. You can adjust your brightness from that screen, and then you have your lock portrait, which is basically just allows you to lock it so that you can't flip the screen from portrait to landscaping. And when iOS 11 comes out, basically all three of these will be conjoined into one screen, and you will have all three of these added to one, which makes it a lot more easier to use. So that is what the notification center will do with iOS 11. And again, if you have an iPad Air 2, or the new obviously if you have a new iPad and the Pros, you'll be able to upgrade to 11. So you should be able to upgrade with the before mentioned Air, the iPad Air 2, and if you have a mini, you should be able to do it with the 2, 3, and the current 4, obviously. So again, that's pretty much my tutorial on some more basic stuff. If you like, you can leave a comment. If you have any questions or there's something else you'd like to for me to make a video on, then just let me know in the comment sections below. Like and subscribe, and I thank you. This is Chris Lacapino, and have a good one.